Hi everyone. This practice is designed to help us embody the energies of the Goddess Chinnamasta. For those of you that are maybe not as familiar with her story and her iconography, I'll share with you a little bit about her. So her image, she's standing mostly naked on top of a couple that's engaged in a very passionate embrace. She is called Chinnamasta because that means headless or severed head. So she has no head, and in one hand is her own lopped off head, dripping blood, might I add. In her other hand is a cleaver. And standing on either side of her are her two servants. From her severed neck is 3 streams of blood. 2 of those streams go into the heads, the open mouths of her servants, and then the other stream goes into her own severed head. What does this all mean? Well, the very short version, couple quick interpretations. The couple in embrace represents the Shakti, that raw creative energy, the power of the universe. She draws it up through her. She's the goddess of spiritual transformation. And those 3 streams of blood are said to represent the 3 main nadis, the Sushumna, the Ida, and the Pingala. And then her servants drink this in. She drinks it in herself. It speaks to that capacity to have energy be regenerative, that life gives into death, gives into life, gives into death, and it circles all back around. She's also the goddess of egolessness, of serving selflessly. So when we get out of our own way, when we let go of how we think things should be, what we think things should be, or how our ideas of what life is supposed to be like, when we let all that go, oftentimes we find we can show up and give more than we ever knew or thought we could. So begin by bringing one hand to your heart and one hand to your belly. Allow your eyes to fall closed. Immediately feel a sense of groundedness through the lower half of your body. And from that rootedness of the hips and pelvis, allow your spine to grow tall, crown of the head extending towards the ceiling. Relax your shoulders, soften your jaw, and turn your attention to the rise and fall of your breath. Every inhale, gather your awareness deeper and deeper inward. And with every exhalation, allow for a dissolution, a letting go. The inhales, you become more present, more embodied. And with the out breath, you dissolve outward. Allow for that sweet paradox to begin to tease open something new and profound within you. Feel from your heart your deepest longing to awaken, to transform, to know love and service in this lifetime. What are you giving birth to? What is dying? Wherever you are in your breath, exhale completely. Inhale, open your eyes, reach your arms out to the side and up overhead. As you exhale, release your left hand down to the side, stretch up through your right fingertips. Allow the right sitting bone to stay rooted as you grow even taller through the top hand. Then inhale back to center and exhale, take it to the other side. Very important that that left hip stays rooted, grounding down into the muddiness of the earth as the fingertips reach for the sky. Inhale, both arms stretch high, and exhale, release it down. Hands come on top of your knees. Take a big breath in, draw your elbows in, lift your heart upward. Then as you exhale, release your head. Elbows come out to the side, chin drops to chest. You can even squeeze your shoulders towards your ears here. Take a couple of deep breaths here, really emphasizing the exhale, drawing navel to spine, squishing your shoulders to your ears to release tension in the neck. Let the head hang. And on one in-breath, you'll begin to arch your back, draw your elbows in, lift your heart to the sky, turn your gaze upward. Now pause here. Deep, full inhales and exhales all the way along the front surface of your body. One more big breath in. And exhale, come back to a neutral spine. Sweep your arms out to the side and up overhead. We'll take it to a twist now. Right hand comes forward, left hand back as you turn your gaze off your left shoulder. Keep your spine lengthening as you twist. Inhale, reach your arms up. Exhale, take it to the other side. Inhale to center. We'll pull the hands into Anjali Mudra, placing them just before the heart. And then take your soles of your feet together. So we'll come into a position here that is kind of like Baddha Konasana or a cobbler pose, except it's a little bit bigger of a diamond shape with the legs. Instead of having the heels close in, you're going to have them more forward. So it's more like butterfly pose if you're familiar with yin yoga. What we'll do here is still allowing the lower half of the body to be really rooted and grounded. You're going to release your head and neck and start to soften and melt through the upper back. So it's a surrendered position, and you're just letting everything kind of drip downward. Now, some of you might be able to rest your forearms on your legs or even all the way down to the floor, releasing the head into the inner edges of the feet. And that's totally fine if you can go that far, but much more important, I want you to find your true edge and then stay right there. So find the spot where you feel sensation, but you haven't gone too far. Let your eyes close. And your breath become deeper and deeper. Every moment you sink in even more. As much as possible, you want your head to hang here like a very ripe peach about to drop off of the stem. And we'll stay for several cycles of breath. So really let yourself land in this position. And when you feel things start to open and become a little more free, you can sink a little deeper. Notice if you're holding tension anywhere in your body, and if so, find out what you need to do to release it. Stay there, keep breathing. Remember that Chinnamasta surrenders to that Shakti, to that creative, sensual energy of the universe. And she serves from that place. It's not about being perfect or finished. It's about surrendering, letting go, being fully given to how life itself wants to live through you. What do you need to let go of in order to have more of the creative power of the universe to flow through you? Moving very slowly now. Crawl yourself back upright. Bring your legs into a simple cross-legged position, then walk your hands back behind you. So your hands, you can be up on your finger pads. They're going to be like a little kickstand, a little support for you. Then you'll arch your back, dropping your pubic bone towards the floor, like you're doing a little mini back bend. Heart lifts to the sky, gaze turns upward. Stay heavy through your hips and pelvis, but allow for a radical opening along the front surface of your body. Receive the light of the day into every nook and cranny of your being. One more full breath in here. And then use the very top of the inhale to come back upright. And we'll take the left heel to the outside of the right hip. Right leg comes across, setting up for Gomukhasana, cow face pose. Ideally, both sitting bones are on your mat or on a cushion or blanket. So you want to keep an evenness through the pelvis. Now we're going to take our hands or fingers and thread them through the toes. So as much as possible, try to get your fingers all the way down to the place where your toe connects into your foot. And this position is really good for the brain. It helps with the balancing out the two hemispheres of the brain, and is incredibly calming for the nervous system, and it'll help us to access a little bit more of that spacious, open feeling that Chinnamasta can really take us into, that selfless, egoless place. So one option you have is to stay right here, sitting upright. Those of you that would like to go a little further, you can start to fold forward. So you'll just bow forward, possibly laying your belly and your chest on your thighs, letting your head hang downward. So again, we come into that place of surrender, of melting, dissolution, letting go. We'll stay here for 5 full breaths. Somewhere in the vicinity of your 5th breath, you're going to inhale, rise up. Take your hands out from between your toes, untie your legs, and we'll shift right to the other side. Taking the time to set yourself up so both sitting bones are on the floor, feet out to the side, knees stacked near one another. And then we'll do the same thing, taking your fingers, thread them through each toe to the best of your ability. It can be a little tricky if you're not used to doing this the first couple times. And then either stay sitting upright, eyes fall closed, or if you folded forward on the other side, doing so here, letting the body dissolve. 5 full breaths. And after your last exhale, inhale, rise up, release your hands, and come into a laying down position. You're going to lay right back onto your back. Soles of the feet are on the floor. Arms stretched down alongside you. Widen your feet a little bit wider than your knees and hips, and just let your knees fall in towards one another. We'll turn the palms to face upward. Take a couple of breaths here and just feel what is moving in your body. Can you feel more prana, more energy flowing through you? Does your mind feel a little more spacious, a little more free? As you're ready, bring your feet to a parallel hip distance position. You're going to come up into a very gentle bridge pose. So you'll press the soles of the feet into the ground, lift your hips up, roll your shoulders under and interlace fingers behind your back. And you can walk your shoulders towards one another, but we're going to keep from walking the shoulders down towards the heels. We want to keep the distance from the waistline to the armpits nice and long and open. Reach your heart in the direction of your head and lift your chin away from your chest. Nice curve in your cervical spine. Press firmly through the big toe mounds into the ground, expanding across the front surface of your body. Another full breath in here, lift a little bit higher. And then exhale, release. Lower down, the feet come wide, knees relax in towards one another again. This time, as you allow for the rest after the back bend, I want you to feel the base of your body. So in your pelvis, pelvic floor, use your mind and your intention to relax that, to let it soften and open. And just notice what that brings up for you. Sometimes it's hard to even feel or find that part of our bodies. It might be numb. And if it is, just let that be okay. You want to be present with the numbness. You might notice a flood of sensations. When you relax, the energy will flow. From that point in the base of your body, imagine energy traveling up through central core channel, Sushumna Nadi, all the way up, past your solar plexus, past your heart, over your throat, third eye, crown of the head. Relax through the top of your head. In the same way that you just softened and melted at the base of your body, now you will soften and melt everything above your neck. Let your forehead grow more wide, almost like your eyebrows were sliding down off your face away from one another. All of the muscles in your face become more relaxed. Your eyes sink deep into their sockets. Your tongue grows wide in your mouth. Let go. See if you can stay relaxed and melted through your entire head as you gently roll to one side. Keep your head and neck relaxed and use your arms to press yourself up to sitting. Eyes stay closed if possible. Bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your belly. Shoulders relaxed. With your torso, pelvis, and legs deeply grounded and rooted, imagine that there was nothing above your neck. Nothing but the light in the room, the openness of the sky, the blue-black of infinite space. Who are you when you let go of the story of yourself? What remains when you take away your personality, your body? From this place, can you feel yourself connected to everyone and everything? Can you feel an infinite amount of energy that's not just here for you to tap into, but it actually is you? from this headless, vast, open place, feel towards who and what you serve in your life. Your loved ones, your family, co-workers, students, your employees, your neighbors, everyone you meet. Not only the people, but the animals, the plants. What do you tend to? What do you nourish in your world, in your life? And how would everything you touch be blessed if you maintained even a thread of remembrance of who and what you really are? Gently draw your hands together, palm to palm at heart center in Anjali Mudra. May we all remember the grace that is ready to come flooding in when we get out of our own way, when we let go of our ideas of how things should be, when we chop off our heads and let the power and the love of the universe shine through us. Gently bow your head into your heart. Thank you so much for practicing. Namaste.